Out here in my garden, it is late summer. We're in the first part of August, and my Japanese anemone are getting started blooming. You can see right here how pretty they are. Now mine, I guess, I always consider them white. They seem to fade out to a white later on after they get started blooming. But I have developed a huge clump here. And this is from one plant that I planted from, let me see, I think it was a garden club plant. But you can see how pretty they are. And they're real delicate looking flowers. But for me, they are sturdy in the wind. I don't have any problem with them blowing over, nothing like that. But they're a gorgeous plant. Now these are out front in what I call a shade garden. It gets a lot of sun in late afternoon because the sun sets right here behind me. And so they do end up getting a lot of sun in the late evening. But I really do think these are doing very well. They attract a lot of bugs and bees all the time. But I like them. Now these are supposedly prone to powdery mildew. Knock wood, I haven't had any problem with powdery mildew in these. Now I do have a problem with them crowding out a hydrangea bush. That's a hydrangea bush under there. It's a small one, not very big, but I may have to move the hydrangea bush just so that it has a little more room. But these are looking so good now, blowing in the wind. A Japanese anemone is, for me, a recommended plant. It does seem to be aggressive and wants to really come out and spread. But as long as it stays a pretty plant, I don't care. Because you can see there, into my flower bed, there are some weeds and things like that. But if you can get some plants growing fairly vigorously, the weeds can get smothered out because there's just no way they can reach light. So that's worth it to me. Look how pretty that is. It is a gorgeous plant. So supposedly they will do well in more sun. I may put a small patch of these on my side where I've pulled out the pennies, because these seem to do real well, even though the peonies got the powdery mildew. Now the peonies are around the other side of the house over here. I have my hostas, ferns, things like that up front here. But I may experiment putting some of the plants around to the side just to see how they'll do. Because I'd love to have this in late summer. But anyway, I just had to show you how pretty they are. They're pretty when they're just in bud. The buds are just gorgeous. And there are tons of them. And they make a good plant, or flower I should say, in a vase. thinking about my anemones right now, but you know that might change if they get a little too gung-ho. But that's the amount that I have right now. This side, this is blooming a lot. That's not blooming as much on this side because I did experiment when I had a lot of tall pieces that were coming up through. I pinched them off, and I didn't know if that would promote branching or what it would do, but apparently it did not. Maybe that cut off the blooms and they'll come later. Maybe that's something I'll discover. But right now, I'll take these gorgeous plants. A deep, deep green. And when you have that paired with one of these chartreuse screens, along with the pots and other flowers I have out here, I think it looks good. So, I guess if you're not afraid of something that's aggressive, but not invasive, so far for me, try an anemone. Next spring, when these start to sprout, I can pull to my heart's content if I think there's getting too many. But I'd really like them to kind of take over this central portion. So we'll try that. But love the anemones. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.